This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I am Tanya Namathel. In this week's broadcast, members unite for suicide prevention seminar, and Adventist men focus on health and wellness. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. In a powerful demonstration of unity and support, church, school, and community members gathered for a suicide prevention seminar on May 24th, held at the Hillview Church. The seminar was organized by the South Bahamas Conference Education Department and Adventist Educators Association. Its purpose was to break the silence around mental health struggles, and those in attendance wore shades of orange, which is the color that is recognized in the Bahamas to represent suicide prevention. The event featured guest presenters, psychiatrist Dr. Sean Knowles and clinical psychologist Dr. Stephanie Hutchinson, who shared facts surrounding suicide and mental health in the Bahamas and offered tools and support to those affected by suicide and those hoping to prevent it.
We need to come now to a point starting from 5th grade, no later than 6th grade, where we have a mental health curriculum to help to change the culture of mental health in this nation. Because if we do nothing, again, this generation Alpha is going to perpetuate the same cycles of mental illness and trauma that we have failed to deal with.
I'm sharing this because someone hearing this needs to know you are not alone. You are not crazy or feeling overwhelmed. Stress, anxiety, depression, they don't always show up in the ways that others can see. But that doesn't mean they aren't real. Check on the strong ones. Ask, how are you really doing? Or how are your spirits today? Pay attention to those who are recently bereaved. That's a trauma.
One of the most emotional moments came when individuals shared their personal stories, turning grief into action and awareness. The seminar concluded with a question and answer period with Dr. Knowles and Hutchinson. Some of the attendees shared with us how beneficial the seminar was for them.
To prevent myself from going back into depression, I have placed goals for myself to look forward to, as well as pray every day and ask God for peace.
The suicide program was beneficial to me because it has now given me a better or deeper understanding as to what suicide is really like. I now know the warning signs. I now know the risk factors. I now know that there has to be a better awareness of suicide within our country. I now know that suicide is not just something that we hear about, but it's something that is experienced in other person's lives and could be in our own.
The information today was very pertinent because we're living in a world that a lot of us have mental health issues with babies, with our youth, with young adults. So I think it was good information professionally brought to us in a way that it was understood by everybody. So I think that we need more of these kind of seminars that help us to understand better our mental health and help others to go along with mental health issues. And another thing for me was very crucial and critical, that when we see a weird, not really a weird behavior, just a changing of behavior in a child or whatever, our friend, our neighbor, is good to check on the person and try to advise the person to look for professional help.
As mental health continues to take center stage, events like this are a reminder help is available and hope is real. If you or someone you know is struggling, contact the Bahamas Crisis Center at 242-328-0922 or Sandilands Rehabilitation Center at 242-364-9600. On May 24th, Redemption Seventh-day Adventist Church hosted a dynamic and empowering men health talk led by Dr. Robin Roberts, urologist consultant. Over 50 men gathered to engage in an open and insightful discussion about men's health, wellness, and the importance of self-care. Dr. Roberts passionately urged men not to allow societal pressure or misconception to lead them astray, but instead to take control of their health, listen to their bodies, and seek reliable support when needed. The talk covered key health topics, including the importance of regular checkup, stress management, and making healthier lifestyle choices. Dr. Roberts emphasized that true strength lies not only in leading their families, but in prioritizing their well-being, ensuring they can continue to be strong pillars within their homes and communities. Men from across the South Bahamas Conference were inspired to embrace a proactive mindset, fostering a culture where health concerns are acknowledged and addressed with confidence rather than hesitation. The event served as a powerful reminder that health is a lifelong commitment. One requires knowledge, discipline, and the willingness to make positive changes. As the discussion concluded, attendees left motivated, equipped, and empowered to take steps forward to a healthier future. When we return, we'll have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
The Education Department of South Bahamas Conference and the SDA Educators Association extends its sincere gratitude to the pastors and members who participated in the recent suicide prevention seminar. We are pleased to report that the objectives of the seminar were successfully met. The primary purpose of the seminar was to educate, inform, and provide valuable resources related to suicide prevention. Feedback indicates that attendees now feel better equipped and empowered to support one another as our brother's keeper. Special recognition is due to Dr. Sean Knowles and Dr. Stephanie Hutchison, whose remarkable presentations emphasize the critical importance of collaborative efforts in addressing mental illness and preventing suicide. The Education Department is encouraged by the engagement and commitment shown by attendees and believes this seminar represents a significant step forward in our collective ability to support the well-being of our community. Once again, thank you.
Welcome back to our Adventist News. And coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, the South Bahamas Conference will continue to celebrate nurses this month under the theme Encouraging, Inspiring, and Empowering Nurses for Higher Service. On May 31st, 2025, a special divine service will be held for nurses at the Centerville Church with speaker Pastor Kenny DeVoe. Bahamas Academy will be celebrating its graduating class of 2025 on June 6th. The Bahamas Baccalaureate service for the iconic class of 2025 will be held at the Living Faith Church at 6:30 p.m. All graduations will be held at Holy Trinity Hall. The Early Learning Center's graduation will be held on June 11th at 9 a.m. The elementary graduation would also be held on June 11th at 12 p.m. The high school graduation will be held on June 13th at 9 a.m. Let us support our students as they celebrate this milestone. Join the Men's Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference on June 8th for a community breakfast and men's clothing giveaway. The community outreach will be held at Grandstand Church from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Men's Ministries is looking forward to serving 250 meals. If you would like to help with this service, clothing distribution, or setup, please contact 454-0816 or 341-4021. The Living Faith Church invites you to the Road to Investiture Fitness Challenge, Fun Run Walk and Obstacle Course, Sunday, June 8, 2025 at 7 a.m. This is more than a fun run. It's a step towards the promise of a new heaven and a new earth. Enjoy a free clothing drive, free health screening, and breakfast for sale. The Health Ministries Department, Adventist Health Professions Association, and Adventist Layman Service and Industries are traveling to Inagua from June 6 to 9, 2025 to hold an evangelistic series and health expos. Interested individuals can contact 433-6917 or 556-0492 for more information. Interested individuals who would like to travel to Ghana from July 23rd to August 6, 2025 can contact Dave Williams at 433-6917 for more information. The Community Service and Pathfinder Club of Redemption Church invites all to an exciting family fun day and cookout on June 8, 2025 at Charles Carter Park, Seabreeze. Bring your family, friends, and appetite for a day filled with great food, exciting games, and wonderful company. On Sunday, June 8, 2025, join the Grandstand Church at Le Chateau for a heartfelt and joyful celebration of life, love, and legacy filled with sweet treats, meaningful moments, and fun for the whole family under the theme A Sweet Legacy. This event is in support of Amari Gill, one of the children of Grandstand Church, who lost her mother, Anisha Raming, in February. For more information, contact 814-7747. All are invited to Centerville Church Community Health Fair this Sunday, June 1st, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The fair will be held at the Centerville Church parking lot. It will feature free eye testing, workout session, food, sampling, and more. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist news update along with other local programming from our cable channel, ATV 658, and read the weekly logos at the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
Do you sometimes suffer from back or neck pain? Are your muscles fatigued? Or are your shoulders slouched when you stand or sit? If so, you may be suffering from poor posture. Poor posture occurs when the spine is placed in an abnormal position for long periods of time. This causes stress on joints, muscles, and the spine. Most daily tasks contribute to poor posture, such as lifting heavy bags or purses, using a computer with poorly placed monitor, either too high or too low, texting with your head hung low. Some symptoms resulting from poor posture may include headaches, rounded shoulders, body aches, and a head that leans forward or backward. The Better Health Channel suggests a few ways to improve and maintain good posture. 1. Try the rule of curve reversal. If you have been leaning forward over a desk, try stretching backward. 2. Exercise regularly to maintain muscle strength and tone. 3. When lifting heavy items, keep your back straight and lift with your thighs. And lastly, make sure your mattress is supportive enough to keep your spine straight when lying on your side. This has been Patrick Wilson with your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
A major publishing event brought together hundreds of participants from across the Inter-American region to celebrate and strengthen their work in literature distribution.
Held in Panama City, Panama, the first Publishing Ministries Congress of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in the Inter-American region gathered over 350 literature promoters under the theme Chosen to Proclaim. The event focused on training, inspiring, and equipping participants who help distribute values-based literature throughout the region. The Congress highlighted the growth of publishing ministries since 2021, including the doubling of literature evangelists and the expansion of full-time, occasional, and student evangelists. With a network of 91 bookstores in 36 countries, the Inter-American Publishing Association, the territory's largest publishing house, continues to provide both printed and digital materials for educational and inspirational use. Participants were honored in recognition ceremonies for their efforts in literature promotion, and leaders encouraged continued dedication despite global challenges. The Congress also included calls to action aimed at expanding the outreach and impact of their literature distribution efforts, with the goal of transforming lives across communities.
Well, that is it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news, stories, and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news along with other programming and to keep in touch with what's happening at our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of materials from the Communications Department, so you will want to check those out. And remember to subscribe, like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658. Get updates, insight, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel. So feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news. On behalf of our production team, it was a pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I am Tanya Nomaco for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.